We can do it later.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna what?
Get it with your glasses of horchata there. Yeah, that's right.
Leave my glass of horchata right on the table, bro. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, just leave it there.
It's my cup of
That
milk.
way everyone's like, what are you drinking? Glasses of semen?
Yes.
Watered down, of course.
I'm pretty sure.
Buys it.
Just like, you just add some oil to it and you just say it's semen. It'll be fine.
Right.
Man juice. That's what we're drinking.
That's what you can call it?
Man
juice.
Chocolate bad juice.
We milked it last week.
Made fresh just for you. Made a fresh batch last night.
That's good.
Alright, let me bring up this webpage. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright. Smack.
Shit. Horror crap.
Let's try this again, all in unison. Ready? 1, 2, 3. God damn it, Ryan. 1, 2, 3. God damn it, Ryan.
Hello and welcome to the Rsg Podcast, episode 57. It's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legit 57.
Not legit 100.
157.
Oh, man. We don't have like 5 100th episodes. So.
Yeah. Pretty sure, like, if anybody ever does go back and watch our videos, they're going to get to that section and be like, ah.
Like, did I miss something? Is that horror? What's going
What's
on
going
here?
on?
What is going on here?
So, yeah. Don't have a whole lot to discuss tonight, but we figured we would throw something together and check a few things out and, you know, bring it to light to you since you guys can't Google. So.
Right.
So what are we going to start with? Are we going to do the Prometheus thing first?
Yeah, let's just start with Prometheus. So it's been confirmed that Prometheus 2 is being made. And the question on everybody's mind, because there's obviously, in Prometheus 1, if you haven't seen it, there's some heavy play towards it being connected to the Alien movies.
Yeah.
Aliens, Aliens 3, etc., etc. So,
Resurrection, Requiem, I think. There's like 5 or some. 3 are the only ones that matter.
Is it really 5?
Yeah, I think
yeah, there's like 5.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
They found a way to bring Ripley back in every single one of them, too. So
I know. That was because without it, it's not really an alien movie.
It's true. It's true.
Without her.
But with Prometheus 2, everyone's question is, are we finally going to get some answers as to what's going on with aliens? Because that's one of the things that Prometheus did is when they introduced like the tie-ins to Alien movies, it ended up creating more questions than answers. And so everyone's like hoping to see some of the tie-ins, some of the explanation around all that. And Ridley Scott is on record as saying, well, we're not going to see anything in 2. Maybe 4.
Yeah. Maybe
if we
4.
get to 4.
Yeah, maybe
if
4.
we get to 4.
So he's thinking like very, very long term, which I think is really
Well, that's kind of good because doesn't Fox Spotlight own the rights to the Alien franchise at this point?
I honestly don't know.
Because, I mean, I thought that was part of the reason why he wasn't able to make Prometheus have the actual alien in it was because it was, like, he didn't have the rights. He no longer had the rights to it, and Fox wouldn't give it to him.
That's entirely possible.
If it is Fox.
Really good about not giving the rights back to people.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's kind of a win if 4 does actually, have the alien in it or as close as they can get to the alien, because then it would kind of make, I don't know, it's kind of a win for him, I guess, at that point.
Well, I feel like
we all win because we all lose by having to watch 4 more.
Prometheus, yeah.
Or 3 more Prometheus films.
Oh, God. Well, Prometheus was a bad movie, and those of you... I mean, if you are interested in aliens, watch it.
But watch it first, because it's supposed to happen, like, long before the first.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yeah, forever before.
Forget all you heard.
Yeah, but if you watch it first, you're just going to be equally confused when you watch the other Alien movies.
True, but you're not going to set yourself up
Because I'd never seen Alien, or Aliens, or Alien Resurrection, or any of those other movies, until after I'd seen Prometheus. and I could not make any connections between the two.
Aside from the fact that, like, the alien in the end of Prometheus looks vaguely like the ones...
Yeah,
vaguely. And vaguely! It's vaguely.
It's very vaguely.
They both have kind of banana heads, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But
although I did think that the abortion scene in Prometheus was pretty good.
That scene was rough. That scene was pretty awesome. But it also was, like, the only good scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, there was that sweet scene at the end where she runs away in a straight line.
Away from the thing that's rolling
Away from the thing that's rolling
the giant UFO that if she just ran,
she just,
ran
like,
to the right.
to the right or left, either one.
I never finished Prometheus. I watched like 5-10 minutes of it and then was done. So did she get away from it, or did she get crushed by it?
She gets away from it.
Well, the first chick gets crushed by it, or
Yeah.
person gets crushed by it, and then the woman gets away. The actual
Charlize.
the actual survivor of the movie gets away.
Yeah, Charlize gets away, but Numi gets away because even
Furiosa.
though she just had like a wicked abortion, she just like packed herself into her spacesuit. Was like, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I'm all good for running around forever all day for the rest of the day.
Man, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Space staples.
It could be like Star
Space
Trek.
staples.
It could be Star Trek where the laser fixes everything.
No, but they work because she stapled herself together.
Oh.
The machine did it. Yeah, the machine.
Yeah, the machine stapled her up. If
Oh,
you've never seen the scene, like check it out. It's it's fucking crazy.
It's probably on the YouTubes.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something. Ridley Scott and I just want to go on the record for saying that I don't like Ridley Scott that much.
That's fair.
It's hard to like him. Like I really liked his early movies and stuff, and I sound kind of lame saying that sort of stuff. But at the same time, it's like he hasn't really come out with anything.
Blade Runner's a
recently.
classic. So.
Ridley Scott hipster.
I know but
honestly, everybody liked him before then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think? Okay, well, let's raise this since we don't really like him that much now. Do you think he's just trying to relive, like with these new movies? Yeah, he's trying to bring that back for some reason. Like he realizes that he's not what he was.
No, I don't think he cares.
Oh, okay.
I think he still thinks he's doing good stuff. I think other people disagree, but.
And my issue with Ridley Scott isn't so much his directing, as much as it is like, okay, he's come back, and when people asked him about Blade Runner, was Harrison Ford's character Deckard, right? Was he a replicant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, he was. Thanks, Ridley Scott. The whole the masterpiece to that movie was that you never said that. Like. Everybody's left wondering. And that was like, don't get me wrong, the movie's good anyways. But
I thought Harrison Ford said that he was, and that Ridley Scott said that he wasn't.
No, that was the other way around. Ridley Scott confirmed that he was a replicant.
Sure.
Positive. Yeah.
Let's Google shoot this bitch.
Well, I heard a rumor that Robert Englund, the guy who played Freddy, has said that he would do another Freddy movie, and that they're thinking about doing another Freddy movie after the death of Wes Craven. So.
Well, maybe this one will be good.
Were any of them good?
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's about right.
No, what?
But
listen,
it's not my...
It's standard horror fare. Now, to be fair, however, it was kind of got on the ground floor of, like, those sort of horror flicks, like the slasher horror flicks. It's one of the originals. So there's something to be said for that. But it spawned a genre, or I should say a subgenre of horror that never went anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, and it just stayed what it was.
He fought Jason.
That's going somewhere else, but that's just...
Yeah.
That's downhill. So, no, they weren't really that great, because... You have the classic, and you can enjoy it for it being the classic, I suppose. But in your head, it's like watching like any classic of anything, you know, football or sports or anything really. Like you're like, this is awesome because it's classic, but the effects aren't as good. The acting is also a different time.
Aren't they remaking Blade Runner? I heard that they're doing like a new Blade
honestly
Runner.
don't know.
I thought they were going to do they're doing a sequel to it. It's a sequel or a reboot or maybe a both. Blade Runner sounds about right.
I did say Blade Runner, didn't I? Yeah, it finds a let's see. Well, it's a February. Yeah. Per
But-
IGN.
Yeah, that's
Finds a
been
director.
like my problem with Ridley Scott recently, just screwing stuff up like that.
Yeah. I agree.
Let's not play any video on here. 'Cause I
He's
don't
like
wanna
M.
get
Night
sued.
Shyamalan.
Who is coming out with another movie?
Came out with another movie.
Is it already out?
He's
The Visit?
Was that what that is?
He's done a few, because this is what they did with M. Night Shyamalan. It's pretty funny. They basically said, "Okay, you're the next big thing, M. Night," and he's like, "Yeah, I am." And then he made a bunch of movies that were stinkers.
Yeah, guy.
And they're like, "You're not the next big thing, M. Night," and he's like, "But I am." And like, "Well, we'll call you later."
Right.
And then they produced more movies with like absolutely no like promoting at all.
Yeah.
But they were his. They stuck his name on that. Like, kind of got him back into like being the underdog director. And he's a lot of people remember who he is, but I think a lot of people also don't know who he is because he got so big and quickly fell off so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it got bad in a hurry.
Yeah, it got bad.
He had no
in a
way
hurry.
of topping Signs. That's why when he did The Village, it was...
Signs? You mean?
Wasn't that Signs? Was it?
Bad. Ooh, you like
No. Signs was his, but
We're gonna totally make fun of you now.
I like
You
Signs.
like Signs.
Yeah. Do we not like Signs? Is that
No.
we don't like Signs?
It's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
It's
Okay.
bad.
Well, which one did you like?
You could like
Because
it. It's
no,
okay.
well, to be fair, I didn't like any of them.
I like Signs.
I thought Unbreakable was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. Unbreakable.
Unbreakable's
I almost
pretty
forgot
good.
about that. Unbreakable.
The Sixth Sense was pretty good the first time.
Yeah.
Not worth anything from the rewatch, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
But
It was okay.
although Bruce Willis calling someone a cheese dick is always entertaining.
Yeah.
I bet if you just know Bruce Willis, you've heard him call people cheese dicks before. He
That's
sounds
fair.
like a real
But
nice
I
guy.
don't. So the only time I can hear Bruce
But I
Willis
don't.
call someone cheese dick is by watching that scene.
Just listen to some
in
Kevin Smith
The Sixth
podcasts.
Sense again.
Right.
So, but Unbreakable was good. And then after that, like, I thought Signs was a jumbled mess.
Oh, it wasn't just jumbled. None of it made sense. Like, I shouldn't say it didn't make sense. While he had like decent character development, I guess, ish, in the movie, there was a lot of the science and crap just was stupid.
Well,
Like,
the
we're
aliens-
gonna go to a planet made like almost entirely of water.
Entirely of water, but that's our
And it's
main
hyper
weakness.
toxic to us. They
Yeah.
couldn't even walk around in our environment. Were that
Yeah.
the case? But they were.
True. Yeah. Without
Just
suits.
silly
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Like, you don't like these. Maybe the aliens are just retarded, and so they invade the planet like the least likely for them to survive. You know, but there are other planets that don't have water in our solar system that they could invade.
There was actually
That,
an interesting subject I read on Reddit about this, where somebody had said, "Well, maybe it wasn't water. Maybe it was something in the water, like all the chemicals that we throw in there." And I'm like, "Well, it was just tap water we were throwing on them, so that's entirely possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was chlorine."
Well, I'd
Or,
also heard
fluoride.
somebody said that that they were supposed to actually be demons and not actually aliens, and that because that guy was a priest or whatever, or somebody had blessed their house, and so their tap water was holy, and that's why their water was killing the people.
That's a fascinating thought, actually.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
didn't they have something later on where they realized that?
Well, they were just saying that it was aliens, but we don't really know.
Right. There's a bunch of other people who try and make Signs into a good movie, making it deeper than it is.
Then it actually is.
So deep.
Yeah.
Swing away. Anyways,
But I didn't like Signs that much. The Village was predictable, but other than being predictable, I thought it was decent.
it wasn't
I mean,
terrible. He did a bunch. Well, that's
was-
the thing. I say stinkers. He did a bunch of mediocre movies.
Right. That were just like, and they were
Definitely.
mediocre because you were expecting the twist at that point.
What a
Like
twist.
what he needed to do was immediately after he did like The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable, do movies without a twist. So we're waiting for the twist and we don't see it. And it doesn't happen.
Right.
You know, every movie can't have that big twist in it because then we're just gonna be waiting for it to happen. And because we're expecting it, when it arrives, we're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
the twist has to be a surprise, or you're gonna hate it.
So he's done other films since his big name ones, that they stuck it. They did some of them. They didn't even put his name on it. I mean, they did, but they didn't put it like it's in the credits. It wasn't
Right.
like some huge to do that.
It wasn't on the front
Right. You know,
of the
no.
box.
Right. So, trying to get him back into. I mean, because he's still a director, and that's what he does for a living. But this way, they can kind of rebrand him to just let his shitty legacy die and
Yeah.
create a new one for him.
He recently did a movie called The Visit. Came out last week before, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. Came out relatively recently. I watched a couple of reviews on it. I've not seen it myself, but it's sort of like a horror movie, kind of.
He always does sort of kind of horror movies.
Yeah. And it was not horrible. Is what I hear.
Interesting.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. That's the one that like the grandma throws the daughter in the oven and like turns it on.
Yeah, the grandma and grandpa are acting really weird.
Like at night they seem possessed.
Yeah. That's the one.
Okay.
So, moving on a little bit.
A little bit.
We'll want to talk a little bit about Twitch. Twitch is... They recently had TwitchCon, and unfortunately I have absolutely zero news from TwitchCon. I have no idea what happened there. I apologize. Maybe we'll have that next week. There's not much online right now talking about what happened at TwitchCon. But Twitch has... One of the things that did happen at TwitchCon that I do know about was that they're adding some new features to their program. So, the two biggest ones, the first one being they're allowing people to upload videos. So they're going to start hosting videos like YouTube does.
Interesting.
I think so too, because they realize that they're basically tackling with... Since YouTube started their streaming service, they know they're tackling with the biggest dog out there right now. They know,
and they got the money.
They got the money. And Twitch doesn't have the money. But Twitch is pretty well beloved by the gaming community. And so YouTube hasn't shown any real signs of being able to come in and take that over yet. The streaming business, even with their new release, the numbers aren't there.
Fair enough.
But they are making Twitch nervous, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I think that the YouTube has the money,
Making
and
YouTube
that's going to
nervous
make...
or making Twitch?
YouTube is making Twitch
nervous.
Oh, well, yeah, with their whole ability with the YouTube gaming channels that they're going to be doing, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean...
And if it's easier to use and more intuitive to use, and automatically upload your videos like you want, and you know, you can take it away from Twitch, because I don't find Twitch to be that intuitive to use.
It's really not, and it's, I would say, less intuitive than even like... It absolutely is. It's less intuitive than even like Google Hangouts and stuff.
Right.
And Google Hangouts is crap, though. Let's be frank.
It really
about
is.
this. We used it for a while, and it was
You'll
terrible.
see. You go back and watch some of our earlier videos, you'll be like, wow. Wow, that's pretty terrible.
On my personal channel, I have our two first videos.
I see that whenever
Oh,
I
yeah?
watch.
So there's two videos that you're not accounting for, actually.
So, interesting. So so this isn't 56, or 57, this is 59.
You like
Oh my God,
59.
the
No, this is
episodes.
60 if you got two videos.
And we also have the
lost
pilot
videos.
episode of us just going, is this fucking working? What's
on?
going on here?
Is this on?
Yeah.
Listen, we all
do we
gotta
do
start
this,
somewhere,
man?
humble beginnings.
Right. But anyways, the other thing that Twitch is doing is they're moving to HTML, full HTML as opposed to HTML plus Flash.
Now, what does that mean?
Flash is a system hog,
Right.
specifically for RAM.
Yeah.
It eats up a lot of your RAM. So moving to HTML means that it'll be a far less burdensome.
Good words.
Yeah, labor on your computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's good news. The other thing that Flash
What were they
does
doing
is
in Flash anyway.
it was like partly Flash. I don't even know, man. I don't know enough about HTML and Flash to come in here and tell you.
I don't either, really.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't
I'm
make
an
much
expert.
sense to me that they're doing it half HTML, half Flash, or whatever like that. Seems weird to me, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're hoping they're gonna revamp the interface and hopefully make it, easier to use.
Easier to use.
Right.
More user-friendly.
Obviously, we're talking a little bit about like how Google Hangouts was easier to use. It is easier to use than Twitch. But to be fair, when you need to do the things that Twitch allows you to do for your streams, like screen sharing and stuff like that, it is much better on Twitch.
Like doing that job, right.
Yeah, it's much
Which is
better.
not as
doing
easy
that job.
to get started doing and
Right.
figure out how to do what you need
Because
to do.
you're gonna have to learn multiple other programs, at least one if you're doing the very baseline stuff.
Right.
But if you want to add graphics or any of that stuff, it's gonna be even more.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be really good. I'm really glad they're moving to HTML. That's actually really
Nice.
useful.
Yeah, because it'll make it easier for everybody, even with average systems, to be able to do it.
Right now I can watch Twitch streams and play my Facebook games without them interacting with each other and screwing
Right?
each other up. Yeah.
About fucking time.
Yeah, it's important.
Jesus, Twitch.
It's a whole new level to Candy Crush.
Oh man, watching this sweet Candy Crush stream while playing Candy Crush.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
I would not be surprised to walk in and find you watching a Candy Crush stream.
You should
So-
be.
Playing Candy
You
Crush.
should be.
I would not be that surprised.
The next thing that we wanted to talk about, is the whole voice actors possibly going on strike.
Yeah.
So
Voice acting guild is like a SAG guild. Well, it is. It's SAG dash something. It is a like
Like
break off
AFTA or AFCA, something like
AFCA
that.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Or AFTA, yeah. AFTRA.
AFTRA.
AFTRA. AFTRA.
Truh.
AFTRA. Sounds like a car part.
But yeah, they're talking about
Get your AFTRA aftermarket engines. Aftermarket mufflers.
Nice, man.
Just saying.
But they're talking about
These
striking
are AFTRA brand.
because of a number of different reasons. The first big reason being that they want some clear distinction as to what their jobs are. Because many times they're voice actors, that's what they do, that's what they make their money off of. They come in and they do some voice acting, and then they're like, oh yeah, let's go get you in our mocap suit. And they're like, wait a minute, I'm not...
Yeah, I don't...
That's not what I do.
I'm
mocap.
not a mocap guy.
Right.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what a lot of game companies are doing. They're like, no, that's your contract, you're doing mocap.
Right.
So
Well,
they're, they want a...
Well, didn't they read that contract?
Do you read anything that you sign?
No, but I also don't sign contracts to do voice work.
Okay.
If
you
that
did...
was my job, I would read the contract.
Well, and maybe it isn't purely a contract like issue. It could just as easily be like, hey, you want money? You want to do this? You want to have this job? Because we'll just get somebody else if you're not willing to.
Right.
Whatever. Who knows? But apparently it happens a lot.
A lot.
And so they're like, that's not okay. With us. The other thing is big name actors are getting royalties on these video games.
They're good, yeah.
Regular
Regular voice actors are not.
Regular voice actors are not.
It's because the big name actors can command that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's their name that sells that helps sell videos, helps sell video games.
And there's some interesting arguments of people going, you voice actors are shitty, greedy people. And this is I think a solid point.
Okay.
There are programmers, you come in and for like a month maybe, you work on this game. And you get paid or whatever. There are programmers who literally give years of their life to this game.
Relationships, marriages.
And they don't get any royalties. And they do far more of the actual game creation than you're doing. And it's way harder, way more difficult, way longer hours.
Yeah, but the pay is entirely differently based for those people.
And that's sort of the point.
Than it is for...
That's why they're saying they're
actors.
shitty, greedy people. Because,
Well, right, but the voice actor also doesn't get paid for all those years. The programmer is still getting paid for all that time. You know what I mean? So all the years that he puts into it, he still gets paid for all that time.
yeah, but what they're saying is that
the
the voice actors are getting paid a really large chunk of money for a very short amount of time, as opposed to programmers who are getting paid a medium amount of chunk of money. Mm. Even though it's more money probably in the long run because they're working for a year or whatever.
Right.
But
I see what they're saying, but
Yeah.
let the programmers then sign a contract that says, I'll do this much work or whatever for your video game, and then I get royalties for it.
Well,
The problem is the pay structure is set differently. There are entirely different pay structures with entirely different incentives, entirely different whatever. You're comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion.
and that's what Will Wheaton's argument is, actually. Exactly
Yeah.
that. He's like, I don't know about what programmers have to go. I know what I have to go through as a voice actor,
Right.
and I know that the way they're treating us is shit, so we're going to fight for it.
Right.
If the programmers are having a problem, I will support them as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about
That makes sense, yeah.
So that's not a platform I'm standing on.
It's apples and oranges in reality. The programmer gets paid because especially if they're on a game at EA somewhere or whatever, right? They're going to go after this game gets released. They're going to still get paid well, probably to do their job on a different game.
Yeah, they're moving
You know what
on
I
to
mean?
another project.
For your indie games, it's a different story, I think.
Well,
But
yeah.
for people who work as just code writers for EA who are writing the next Madden, who are writing the next FIFA 2017 or whatever,
Here's the thing to
those
remember.
people are just going to go to FIFA 2018 and work on that when it comes time. Or
Here's
whatever.
the thing to remember. That is not how all pay structures work.
I understand.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Not all pay structures work like royalties. work for a large corporation.
Yes.
I work for not a large corporation, but also a corporation. I don't get any kind of crazy royalties off of all their products and all the money they're making.
Right.
They have contracts that they make millions of dollars off of. I see a very small fraction because that's the way it's set up.
Right.
That's the way it has to be to run this company.
Yeah, corporation.
And that's the way EA is going to have to do it. I mean, they have a lot of hands in the pot. You know, they have a lot of games they're making and a lot of hands in that pot trying to make script a living off of it. So you just have to pay them like a normalized salary. That's just how.
I can understand if like the programmers were complaining because the voice actors or the big name actors come in and then started to try to control the creative process of the game, and then demand changes and demand this and demand that, and then try to sit there and say, well, I'm the reason they changed this process. I'm the one that got them to do that. I could see programmers getting upset about that, and then they'd have an argument at that point. But
I don't think that ever happens.
No.
I'm not saying that
I'm not in there. I don't know. If that is,
I'm not saying big corporations can't come in and be like, okay, you did an amazing job and here's a bonus.
Well,
that can happen. It doesn't happen often enough.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often enough, and you gotta remember the voice actor is only doing that month of work.
They're doing a voice acting job.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
if
people wanted to hire, if companies wanted to hire permanent voice actors to be on set, like on the payroll, who did all the voice acting in all their movies,
like Blizzard,
then they wouldn't get paid.
Chris Metzen.
You know, they wouldn't get paid like that sort of stuff. They wouldn't get paid royalties and stuff like that. They would have a regular job, paid 24.
Right. That's the point.
Come in and do your job.
The point is they are contractors.
Right.
And because they are contractors, they need to be protected.
Exactly.
Because they have to go to like hundreds of different people for jobs.
Yeah.
And they can all get treated like crap if they don't have some kind of order there.
Yeah. Their job,
some kind of
their very livelihood is not sustained. I mean, they have to go out, like you said, new job here, new job there. So protection. Yeah.
It's a different thing. So I don't think it's a great argument. Plus, it doesn't actually change the fact that these voice actors are potentially being treated like crap.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I'm not in the business, so I'm not saying for certain. But if they're to be taken at their word, which fair enough.
Right. We'd have to take anybody at their word.
Right. Then. Yeah, then it doesn't change the fact that they're being treated like crap and that they're standing up for them. If the programmers want to do that, that's up to the programmers to do, isn't it?
Well, the writers do the same thing in the writers' guilds and stuff like that. Like, whenever they're getting treated like crap for writing for some of these like sitcoms and stuff like that, they throw strikes. I mean, same basic principle. I get it.
Yeah.
The problem with programmers throwing that fit is that there's too many of them. There's a lot of programmers available at the moment.
Yeah.
So they can complain if they want, but
Right.
that's
Well,
replaced.
yeah. I'm thinking writers. Yeah.
When I understand the programmers, like, they want to get paid more. I understand that everybody wants to get paid more.
Right. It's the American entitlement.
Right.
Yeah.
But some of the hashtags, if you guys...
I'm getting paid more. That's how it's going to be.
Some of the hashtags, if you guys want to follow this all online, it's hashtag performance matters is the big Twitter hashtag for this. So
it could be fun. It could be interesting to check it out. See if they actually get what they're wanting, or if a compromise will be reached. I mean, it would be nice to see. Like, one of the things that was up there that I remember you were telling me about was that some of the voice actors are complaining because some of the roles that they have to do could potentially harm their voice based on screaming and stuff like that that they have to do for a game or a movie. Which I understand. If you're going to ask me to take a risk on my career to do this, then I want more than standard, or I want some sort of assurance. Yeah, I get that. I really do.
But there's more news in the nerdosphere, specifically the video game part of the nerdosphere. Financial information or financial news. The first one being that Riot is banning a League of Legends team for not paying its players.
Okay, now League of Legends creates something, right? It's their game.
Yeah.
So Riot creates the game, but they shouldn't have any real control over the teams that play. I mean, I understand they have to be okayed by the teams.
But here's the thing: that team signed a contract that said it was going to pay its players with this money, and they did not do that.
There we go.
It's akin to the NFL.
Yeah.
Going, hey, New York, you haven't paid any of the Jets team players, so you're not allowed to play in the NFL. That's about as close as I can come to it.
Right. It's not entirely accurate, but yeah, that's fair.
That's going to be a better, more familiar, perhaps. What are you guys looking at? No, we're doing it in the stream. But it's going to be maybe a more familiar analog, I guess.
We're just going to look at this article about Darude making memes a reality by playing TwitchCon 2015.
Okay. Yeah.
Darude's like the meme for like trance music.
Yeah, he did Sandstorm, which was like it's been remade and redone, remixed. It was like the first big thing.
It was like the big techno song in the beginning of everything. Like before dubstep and all that, Darude Sandstorm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to have their own house mix of Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah. So
it's all becoming an internet meme, but I think it's fascinating. Their Twitch called 2015.
That's
still around.
Well, it's
amazing playing the same.
It's a huge thing. Like, I don't know if you guys know. I don't know how much Twitch you watch, but that is that song is really big. Like everyone's like, play the da 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 song, da 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 da, and then when they start playing it, because the streamers almost always do.
Right.
Like it's just spam of da 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 da, and like
that's
the
Darude meme.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Darude Sandstorm. That's Sandstorm.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah.
League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends. So I think this is a pretty good move. I like this move. It's really the first big sort of thing that Ryan's doing because it's a was it the OPL, the Oceanic Pro League? So it's one of their bigger circuits, I guess. I'm not sure what you would call it, and it's a team within that big circuit.
Yeah.
That they're banning.
Yeah. And I mean that's cool. I mean if you're supposed to pay your people to play this game, it's like that's cool and it's fine because Riot has created such a horrible what's it community? Yeah, now they're finally like standing up for somebody.
That's not Riot's fault.
It's not Riot's fault. Yeah, and a matter of fact, Riot tries hard.
Riot does try hard.
They try
to
hard.
Moderate their community somehow.
And encourage them to be good and nice people on the interwebs.
The problem is that it's a team game where individual play can matter more than it should.
Yeah. And
as a result of that,
you get
you get people who are really and people take it way too seriously. Also.
Well, it's just like anything. This is like this weird what's the word I'm thinking of? Okay, like when you have let's say a fantasy football team, right? Some people get really serious about their teams.
They really do.
And not just fantasy football. If they're just a fan of Ohio State, it is serious business because they have this weird correlation where there's a lot of money on the not for you, motherfucker.
Right.
But there's this weird thought process where because it's serious and there's a lot of money there, somehow it means a lot to them now.
Yeah.
Suddenly. And it's the same way with the esports. Esports is more like real sports than most esports people want to admit. But it is a lot like it. And this is no different. This is no different. But yeah, that's a little blurb. I'm just kind of happy that.
My head is Sandstorm now.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're.
Just play it. If we don't play it, I'm going to be doing it forever.
I'm not going to play it on here because it is licensed
right,
music.
It's licensed. I understand. I get
so. 2chan.
Oh yeah, 4chan has switched hands finally.
Finally.
Since its inception, Moot has sold it to the person who inspired 4chan and the moderator and owner of 2chan.
The 2chans.
Or 2channel. I can't remember. It's a Japanese gentleman. Let me look at his name again.
Is gentleman really the right word?
Hiroyuki Nishimura is who he sold it to.
Interesting.
But apparently Pula said, speaking on the decision, he said he has tried for many years to make this a profitable venture. And he's tired of it. He's just selling it off.
That's funny.
Never going to be a profitable venture.
Yeah. So I guess there's not really much to say there. I guess it could be interesting to see if it goes in a different direction or if that changes at all.
I bet it will. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess I haven't been at 2chan in forever, so I don't know where. I don't know what 2chan's currently rolling as.
Nishimura left 2chan in the hands of somebody else in 2009, so it's been a while since he's even been doing this.
Right.
I don't know if 2chan turned into something else, if he's going to run it differently, because it's... I honestly, 4chan is mired in enough... I'm going to say secrecy? I'm not sure if that's the right word.
Okay.
That, I don't know the user base that well. who are
right.
you
There
know,
are a lot of anonymous posters.
There's a lot of anonymous-
A lot of it's
Yeah.
anonymous posting. That's good.
yeah,
right.
but where they're located, because this is a Japanese guy basically running a site that has been, I would guess, predominantly North American.
Could just be the North
It's
American
hard to
market.
say,
There's
'cause you
too
can't-
much
you
noise-
can't say
too
for
much
sure.
noise on it.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
have-
I don't know the user base where they live because
They
it's
have like international. They have /int the international board. They have the /poll political board that has like theoretically you pick a flag and that's where you're from. So theoretically there's a bunch of different people, but it's hard to say.
It's
for
very
sure
difficult, yeah.
if they're actually from there or not.
I would kind of like to see like changes. And maybe he'll just like go back and reverse all the changes that caused 8chan and 16chan and 32chan to happen.
I don't think there's a 16chan yet, but there is 8chan.
There's an 8chan.
All the Gamergators went to 8chan.
Yeah,
Gamergate.
maybe they'll come back now. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Nishimura is a
I doubt
giant
it.
sexist.
I think they're pretty much entrenched in their anti-feminist war on 8chan. So
I like how that's.
Can we call it something else other than a war? Because a
Crusade?
war like denotes that there's some kind of like
conflict.
I was gonna say legitimacy.
Can we call it the police action?
The feminist police action, anti-feminist police
The
action.
anti-feminist police action.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
Oh man.
I'm okay with that.
Anti-feminist police action.
So we got anything else?
Yeah, one other thing.
The AFPA.
Oh yeah.
This is an interesting. This has been going on for a while. Okay, so this next little bit you may or may not already know
Oh, yeah,
about.
we're talking about bronies.
I'm not a brony, so this is kind of like cool.
We're gonna talk about. There's a
None of
company.
us are really bronies.
No.
Having watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic one time does not make you a brony.
Right. But yes, does not.
Sucking one dick does not make you gay. One knows that.
But
I'm saying.
Everyone knows that.
Build
Build 1,000 bridges.
an indie developer by the name of Main Six has started a project a little while back. Looks like 2013, maybe. Yeah, 2013, or 2012, maybe even, where they took the popular children's show
My Little Pony
My Little
Friendship
Pony,
is Magic.
Friendship is Magic, and decided to make a fighting game that was cute but technically deep.
Yeah.
And they called it Fighting is Magic.
Which is kind of awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Kinda true, too.
and Hasbro came along and was like, "You fucking stop that."
Yeah.
Cease and desist.
And they're like, "But nope, you stop."
Right.
And they quit. Now, and they were pretty upset about it, and they announced this on a number of different websites that they were,
Twitter and everything else.
yeah, they were forced to stop. Interestingly, the original developer and writer for My Little Ponies, Lauren Faust,
Yep.
heard about this game, heard about the cease and desist, and was like, you know what? I want to support these dudes. And in a extremely cool way, she came along and was like, hey, I will develop new characters for you. I'll be the designer for them. I'm going to
Right.
write for your game.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Because being Lauren Faust approved will still bring you the brony crowd.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will. Well, and it gives you a ton of credibility.
Yeah.
A ton of credibility. And so that's exactly what she did. And right now they are, they still have an Indiegogo campaign going on. I don't know, let me look here. I don't know if it's done yet or not. But it's something that should be, I think, supported because it's a really cool,
They have 24
project.
days left on their campaign.
Yeah.
How much do they need?
They need roughly $300,000 more dollars.
Wow. That's a lot of money for an indie game.
It's not that much for an indie game.
I mean, they want $436,000. That's the goal. Like,
And that's been raised in 7 days. They have 24 days left, so that's actually pretty good.
I mean, they'll probably get it, but at the same time, I mean, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I've never
For an indie
created
game?
it.
$500,000? No.
That's
That's
not
much at all.
unreasonable for like a
That just seems
decent-
like a lot of
make a
money to
decent
me.
indie game.
So, okay. I mean,
I mean,
if
if
it's
you're gonna make like an 8-bit indie game, then no,
that's true.
that's crazy. But if you're making like a, because they're gonna like make high quality HD graphics and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna cost money.
Nice.
But if you guys want to search for it on Indiegogo or just online and you want to read about it in general, the game's name is Them's Fightin' Herds.
Them's fighting herds.
Yeah. Because they have their own, like, characters and they're all cute farm animals. Well, they're all cute.
They're all cute hooved animals.
Hooved animals.
Yes.
Deer are not generally farm animals, but there's definitely a deer in there. So
Yeah.
and a sheep. And a unicorn.
And a cow.
And a cow.
Yeah.
Check it
And a
out.
llama.
Check out their Indiegogo.
It's
campaign.
painfully cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's painfully cute. But it's just, I mean, it's just kind of a cool thing because for the most part, I feel like the whole brony thing, a lot of people look at it, that's freaking weird, right? But...
That's freaking weird.
Get off the fucking... Get out of here.
Listen, I am entirely for it. For them, I shouldn't say entirely for it. I am mostly for it. And the...
Told you, brony.
This guy's a fucking brony.
I'm mostly for it because I'm mostly for the whole idea of like this whole idea of this, you know, not being oppressed by cis males.
Right. Goddamn right.
Shitty fucking white cis males and their goddamn systems.
Fucking oppressing people and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I
Now,
do.
just this whole idea of like, you know,
Like, that's just how I be, yo.
gender equality. It kind of plays into that, and like anybody can like
Right.
what they like.
Just like what you like, and who cares? As long as they don't make it weird and sexual.
And that's the part that I have
I'm
a
on
problem
board.
with.
You could watch whatever you... If you want to watch a cartoon with ponies, that's fine. If you want to be like, oh, let's be friends because friends are cool, I'm fine with that. If you want to fuck a pony, that's word on the line. I'm sorry. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah,
Not
well,
okay
and that's really the problem with males in general.
Wait, okay. So, hold on a sec. Is that the implication for bronies?
For some of them. Why do you think the My Little Pony fleshlight became a thing?
Okay,
I
hold
didn't
on.
realize that
Hold on.
they... Oh my god.
If you wanted to hate on bronies because they were weird at sexualizing ponies, that's one thing. But if you just hated them because they liked a pony show
I just hate
about cartoons, that's fucking fucked up, bro. Now you're actually fucked up.
They're just a shit.
I mean,
I mean,
it's-
don't get me wrong, because they do make it. There's a line of fleshlights that are color coded, matching the My Little Ponies. There's a lot. Just type it in.
I don't want to.
Just type it in.
I don't want to.
Just type it in. There's a lot of stuff that goes on.
And here's the problem. Here's my real problem with it because it's not. You know what? If there's some dude out there who's like, I want to fuck a horse, and he has a horse, I'm like, okay, you're fucking weird, but you know what? Whatever.
Right.
You're not hurting it. I don't care. But now you're getting into the realm of like children's cartoon characters who are also children
Right.
and horses, and now we're just crossing a line that's not okay to be crossed.
Right. It's too much.
Too much.
It's too far.
And edit. And edit.
Right. Do the clap.
Hi. All right. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
It was off.
We're so good at clapping.
All right, thanks. You guys have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
Sticking at the camera.
What the fuck is going on in there? I figured he was. I figured he would be like what the fuck?
And then we're like clapping in unison. Okay. This is the last part of the subject. So.
Yeah.
We should have done some other weird shit. Some
Okay, and the clapping.
Made
1,
some
2,
money.
3. All right. So, I guess to finish up, yeah, being a fan of My Little Pony because it's well written and it's interesting and it's fun, which it is all three of those things. Lauren Faust is a fantastic writer, and she did a really good job with it. It's fine.
right.
Liking it because you want to have sex with children-aged ponies?
Not okay.
Not okay.
It's not okay.
That's where the line's at.
That's where the line's at, guys.
I mean, I was hating on bronies just because it was funny to say I hate bronies, but
Right.
now I got a legit cause for those bronies.
Those brodies. Right. Those brodies.
They exist, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this particular game is actually really cool, and I think Lauren Faust is really cool because she embraces the Brony community. And she embraces, the fact that her creation has a very large appeal.
Appeal.
Yeah,
Right.
very wide appeal.
To more than just 8 to 12-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Also 30-year-old guys.
35.
Wow.
35-year-old.
35.
I'm not 35.
32-year-old guys.
He's here going, oh, I hate Brony. He goes home and he's like, has My Little Pony things like braided into his beard.
You don't know me.
A shrine. And
Don't judge me. This is safe space.
It's all secrets.
He's hummed himself to sleep with the My Little Pony themes on every day.
Yep.
You don't know what's on my bed when I get home.
It's like friendship is magic.
It's magic. What does that mean?
It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. It's magic. But, okay. I think that's about it, guys. I don't think we have really much else to go over.
Nope, that's it.
So make sure you check out the Indiegogo campaign for Them's Fighting Herds.
Them's Fighting Herds.
Because that's actually kind of cool. So, but yeah, check us out, rsgpodcast.com. Check us out on Facebook at Random Subject Generator.
Yep.
And Twitter. I used to do the Fear the Walking Dead or whatever. I'm not doing it anymore. So.
Because it's a bad show?
Yeah, that show's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
1, 2, 3.
We're good at that game.